First segment, as you know, it's John Hargrave's Astrology segment. He helps parents understand more about their kids. Here he is talking to Raj.
Yes, thanks, Subhash. Indeed, we are bringing this kids astrology on our show for the last several weeks now, and by the number of emails and feedback that we are getting, John, I think the viewers are loving it. Right. Because they are, in fact, taking some of the advice that you are providing in terms of evaluating their children and guiding them in the right path. That's the whole purpose of this segment, isn't it?
It is.
So we have, in fact, looked at the 6 of the 12 star signs now. Yes. Aries, that is the first star sign, then Taurus, then we had Gemini, then we had Cancer, Cancer, Leo and Virgo.
That's
and now we are into this interesting star sign, Libra. And I know that by memory it is Aishwarya Rai's star sign. I remember that. So it must be interesting, John.
It is. It's a lovely sign, Libra. So firstly, Libra runs from the 22nd of September to the 22nd of October. The element is the air and the symbol is the scales. It's the only non-human, non-animal symbol, right? Okay. Which is interesting in the scales. And firstly, Libran babies are always beautiful. They're born beautiful. They're good looking. They're ruled by Venus, and they grow up into beautiful people. So they sort of then go on to become Miss Australia, Miss India, Miss Universe. They're good. Well, you mentioned
that's right. Aishwarya Rai, yes,
very good looking. The trouble is then I suppose they always then want to be beautiful. So dads, if you've got a Libran daughter, you may as well go out that same day she's born and add another bathroom to the house because she's going to be in there from 8 to 18.
That's right.
Cupid's arrow strikes early with Libran, so they always have the boyfriends knocking on the front door from an early age there. So they are good looking, so that's a plus there. They love harmony around them. They love the scales. We mentioned the scales, and they need harmony around them. So mums and dads, if you're going to argue together, go down to the old oak tree down the backyard and have a talk, or go for a drive and to talk it over. They're not in front of the children. They love. They need harmony, Librans. In fact, Librans love being the mediator. Sort of, I suppose, by the age of 10, they're going to be mediating between mum and dad. Dad, you think that? Okay, mum, how do you feel about that? And they can grow on to become mediators in later life. But also with school, they're very interested in the arts. So any design, fashion, art, music, and then later for university, psychology. They're very interested in looking into people's ways of thinking and behaviour. So psychology or mediation, you mentioned earlier, is a great area for study for Librans.
Very interesting. In fact, you said that the parents have to keep it, hold on Librans, otherwise the boyfriends will be knocking on the door. So that's a good tip. And how do they get on with other people, like the compatibility
They
issues?
get on really well. I could almost sit here, Raj, and say, look, we may as well just forget this spot and I'll just say Librans get on with everyone. And they really? Virtually do, because relationships are so important and fundamental to them. So, well, firstly with Aries, they're polar opposites, so opposites attract there. That's a nice match. They're quite different people. But Aries are interested in interaction with all people, so sporty Aries will be an attraction for Libra. Taurus and Libra is a nice match. They're both ruled by Venus, both love art. Gemini, they're both air signs. They both love chatting together, communication together, sharing ideas. Cancer and Libra, they're both on the same energy level. They might be part ways in later teen years, but when they're juniors they get on well. With Leo, they both love the arts and the drama at school, so that's a good match. With Scorpio, it's also a nice match there, Libra with Scorpio, because again Libra is interested in the intensity of Scorpio as they were with Aries, and Libra gets on well with Virgo, similar energy levels. Maybe not so easily with Sagittarius. Sagittarius are very sporty, very outgoing, a little bit untidy. So, you'd have the Virgo, the Libran child becoming a little bit stressed if they're in an environment of mess, but they like things that are nice and ordered, and they love beauty and harmony around them, Librans. And moving on then to Capricorn, they both like refinement and a similar energy level, generally similar interests. And they like to dress well as they become teenagers and go out together, and they like refinement. And with Aquarius, they're both air signs, again, sharing of ideas together as children. And finally, then with Pisces, they're, again, similar energy levels. They're not going to hit it off as easily perhaps in teenage years, but when they're younger, they're both gentle, quiet children. So that's a little walk there, Raj, through the 12 signs of the zodiac with Libra as the focus. Yeah.
Thanks very much, John. That's very interesting. And of course, the other thing which is very interesting, of course, is the celebrity chart.
Yes.
And we brought the celebrity chart, and many of them actually guessed the Hrithik Roshan.
Really?
Right,
very
because
good.
we gave away a lot of clues, and we said, charming guy, and his children name also
yes,
is.
that's right. Yes.
Yeah, you gave us some clues, and which is good. A lot of you have put on your thinking cap and come up with the right answer, and I'm sure they will do it this time around as well. So you have another interesting Bollywood character this time, John.
Yes,
so let's see who that is, and John is going to explain.
Thanks, Raj. Well, let's look now at the natal chart of a very, very famous Bollywood star. Now, the first thing we always do is to look at the sun sign. The sun is in the sign of Libra. Now, not only that, there's also Mars and Venus in Libra. Venus is the natural ruler of Libra, which strengthens it. So, as we heard earlier in the show, he will be a very charming person, well-dressed, articulate, well-groomed, quite a charming person. Then we move on to the rising sign. The rising sign is another air sign. It's Aquarius. He'll be very articulate, well-spoken, a good, clear thinker, probably a nice voice as well. We now move on to the moon. The moon is up here in Scorpio. That will bestow upon this hot Bollywood star a tenacity, so to overcome life's challenges. And I believe he's had a few twists and turns in his life, but the Scorpio moon will help to keep him focused and on track and help him to achieve the great goals that he has achieved. We then move down to the sign here of, or planet of Saturn. Now, Saturn's in the 4th house, and that's the house of the home and family, as we heard last week. Now, Saturn, which dictates career, is in the house of the home and family, and so there's a strong likelihood that a person with this position would have family members also in a similar career. Okay, we then move over to Jupiter, and in Vedic astrology, Jupiter is the great beneficial planet. It's in the house here of health. So this person will enjoy very good health. However, as you may know, on the 26th of July 1980, he had an accident while performing a stunt, went into hospital, serious injury. I believe all of India was praying for his recovery. Now, I did the transits for that particular day, and basically the whole group of planets, there was Mars and Venus, the Moon and Saturn over here in the 12th house on that day in his chart. There was also the planet Jupiter, which I've just referred to as the great beneficial planet. Jupiter was also there. In that near-death experience, which is often in the chart of people who do experience a near-death experience, those planets were there in that 12th house. And astrologically speaking, what may have saved the star is Jupiter there in that 12th house. But anyway, put on your astrological thinking caps and see if you can come up with the answer of this great Bollywood star for a free telephone consultation.
Well, thanks very much for that, John. That celebrity, I can tell you, is a mega star. Yeah, he's a mega star.
Yes.
And I don't think you need to think too far to pick up the name of this celebrity, the natal chart of which John just explained. And yes, send us your answer to it, and if you are giving us the right answer, then you may be lucky to get a free consultation with John, astrological consultation. You means your child. If the parents are watching, send us the details of your child. And the email address and the web address is at the bottom of the screen. And John, thanks once again for coming on our show.
Pleasure.
And hope to catch up next week.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, John.
There you go. Hope you got all that knowledge from John Hargrave by your kids, and also that celebrity chart. You're wondering who it is? Come on, it's so easy. He's one of the biggest stars in Bollywood. You know, that's all I'm going to say, because if I say any more, I'll be giving it away. Well, after the break, Amy Mins from 40K Foundation. Stay tuned.